This video is just to be careful or be safe when you try to do your next build or next PC. Or if you decide to go inside and, you want to build something or tweak something or move something out or, put something new in. Just to be careful. This is caution, and always, when you have your PC turned off, always hold down that power button for a couple minutes, or actually just a minute, less than a minute. But my best thing to do is just turn off the back after the whole PC is fully off. After you shut it off, turn off the the switch in the back, and the best thing to do really is just remove the power cord, and then hold down the button. Now I don't know if your case will have LED lights or let you know, like when sometimes the power can still be in all the components or whatever inside there. You don't even know it, and you go to the building, you can fry your whole motherboard. You can give a static or something or to whatever the components, or you never know. But this video is just to demonstrate, because my PC's off, and still now I got these are like micro mini USB. I got this like at a dollar store. They got like a lot of them. But I like this cable. This can demonstrate, just to be careful when you do your next build. I mean, words can't describe what could happen. Whatever you damage you could do to your motherboard, parts, or graphics card, RAM, anything. I fried a CPU not too long ago because I wasn't being careful with a cooler, a cryo rig. But yeah. Next time you go inside, you decide to go inside, you didn't realize, you must probably forgot what you definitely have your PC off, no signal or whatever. You turn it off, but you didn't either flick the switch off. You go inside, you never know when stuff in your computer still has power going through them or whatever still, or left in the parts or whatever. You just really gotta just make sure you fully turn off your PC. Always hit that switch in the back, turn it off. My best thing to always do is just take the power cord out, then hold it down for close to a minute or less, just to be safe. I mean, look, the PC's off, nothing's running, and still we're getting power. Well, I didn't fully turn off my power supply. I didn't go in the back and turn that off. But so we're gonna hit that button just to demonstrate. I'm gonna turn it back, turn it off. Okay. We're gonna hold it in. Make sure you flush out all that power, excess power, or whatever is going through all this stuff in your system. Flush all that out, just to be safe. We're going to turn back the PC on. I mean, people leave their power supply on all the time sometimes, and they forget to turn it off. You never know what damage you could do when you go inside a building. You still have your power supply on and your PC's off, or you're not sure or whatever. You then flick the switch. Always make sure that switch or your power supply is off, no matter if you have a 80 plus or module or whatever they call them. Never know what could happen. So I'm trying to help everyone prevent the hazard or whatever. You can mess any parts or static or whatever, or you can name it. There should be a lot of videos on YouTube. Be careful or watch out when you go in your cases or PC builds. After you turn off your PC, they'll explain what damage you could do. Okay, we're going to turn the PC on. Let's just show you it's working. Okay, and we're gonna let it just, you know, I'm gonna like probably go on real quick. Just so most of that electricity or whatever travel all through the parts or whatever. Stay in there for a little longer. Yeah, I'm rocking with a ASRock 970 3.1. Love that motherboard. And I got a 8370 AMD FX. I've had Intels before, Kaby Lake, Skylake, i5. So right now I'm testing out most of the FX series. I'm getting the FX 9590 coming in soon, so watch my videos when I make on that. I've had up to FX 8300. Then I tried the 8350. And then I moved on to the 8370. And yeah. There's still be for the money if you want to be a gamer. Plus, you can probably do a lot of other stuff if you want to do 4K or whatever. Alright. We gave it a good minute or two. Now we're going to turn the system off. As I explained, shut off. Make sure everything's off. That's a beast core. That's a Thermaltake big typhoon. Some people say it doesn't work with AM3 Plus, but I got it on mine. And it wasn't even hard compared to the CryoWig. That is a pain to put on. This is a Silverstone PM01 case. Best airflow case for the budget. These fans here definitely keep the side cool and let all that excess heat or whatever out faster compared to like some other cases I had. Like I just recently sold a Cougar Panzer Max, but I like this better. Okay, we have enough talking about PC parts and stuff. Alright, this is just to be safe. Okay, we fully off. But there's still electricity because the power supply is still on, though, even though we turn everything off. It still could be, because like there's power going through my USB, which is hooked to my motherboard. Y'all know how that is if you're building PC cases. Building with PC cases. Okay, so we still got power going through my motherboard because I have the USB thing from the case to the motherboard, so I can use the top. So we still got power going through. And as I explained, just be careful before your next build or whatever. You go in, you make your next tweak or whatever, you don't realize, and you just shut your PC off, and you think you're good. But I'm gonna turn it off for full. Wait a second. Now the power, everything still hasn't cycled out, or we didn't flush all that excess power. There could be still static or whatever, or even in the CMOS battery. Be careful of those too. Okay, we hold it down for a minute. I'm gonna turn the power supply on. I always like to flick it back and on and back a couple times just to make sure. But see how easy it is just to power just goes through all this or whatever part at that exact time, just to be safe. We're gonna Wow. You could gone in there and built something, and you could have probably fried the motherboard by touching something, giving it a static or whatever. Who knows what you could do. So I'm trying to prevent this video from people making mistakes when they go in there, decide there and do their next build, or if you're a beginner, or you never know. I'm rocking with a GTX 1080 Gigabyte G1 gaming. I love that card. It's traveled with me. I put it in many cases and many builds, so still beasts at Call of Duty and all. Check out all my other PC videos and stuff. I think I've done SLI videos of like 1080 Ti Amp Extreme by Zotac, or I have even a 1080 Ti. And I still like this Gigabyte for budget 1080. Alright, so yeah, just make sure you hold down that power for a couple minutes or whatever. And yeah. But y'all have a good one. Just explain to be careful in your next build, and always when you shut off your PC, always make sure that you get all that access with power or whatever out before you go to do your next build or whatever. Always try to flick the switch a couple times, make sure. But definitely turn it off. Then hold this down for less than a minute. Okay, y'all have a good one.